I think now it's ready. Hello. Okay, so basically I need to make these streamings so I can so I'm able to make this app dream definitely desiring to do. And I don't know how to do it, but I have the idea. So step by step, no hurries, we're gonna just try and do it. And so let's check it out. Well, I have a lot written here. And well, I'm actually thinking about making 2 different apps for this, because if not it will be such a dense app that I think it will be pointless to have it and to use it, because I really want to use it. So a little sip of water. So what I want to do is an app, okay, then an iPhone and Android app that will track all the time that I spend doing several things, like programming, like cooking, like doing the laundry, like going for a walk, whatever. Okay, so could I do that by just simply writing it out? Yes, I could, but it's not that cool. What I want to do is, by using these NFC tags, okay, these are very basic ones, not much memory, but I don't need that. So it's just like a coin, okay, it's in fact the size of a coin. You don't see that fucking camera. Okay, that's it, a coin. So you have it here, and with your phone you check it, and you can program them. Okay, that's what I have to really learn, and I hope the library that I found works. So that's how it works. You just check it, and the app, what it's going to do is basically read the tag, and by knowing what you were doing before, he's going to start or to stop a task. Okay, so if I start a day, like, okay, I'm going to program, I check the programming tag, and the app will know that I'm starting programming. Okay, I will spend like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever, programming, and will say, okay, I will go cooking. So I will check again the same tag basically, or not. Okay, because you can forget, like if you suddenly you can go in a rush to whatever place. Okay, so you can do both options. It could be great to implement that. Okay, and so let's say that you check the NFC tag, the programming NFC tag, or the working NFC tag, whatever, and then you go to the other place to check that other tag, to check it again to leave. Okay, so all that data is going to be kept basically in a database. One moment. The cat. So what I really want to know is when and how much time I spend doing the things that I do, because it's important to know where I'm basically wasting time in general. So, and so what I want to know is what I'm going to do or try to do is keep all the data, like this app will not only show what are you doing right now. It will also show you like how much time did you spend last day or whatever, and it will show you the weekly data and the monthly and yearly, whatever you want to choose. And this way you can just make charts and analyze data, which I know is cool. My god, my throat is terrible today. So, anyway, I'm just going to. This streaming is just a quick one, so we can get things moving a little bit. So, the features, what I've been thinking about basically. The first thing is 0.11. What I'm doing right now, okay, that's the main thing that they were going to do, is basically tell you what are you doing. It's absurd, I know, but it's just a way to show what data is keeping the app, okay. It would be very simple, very light, no much to see, like for example programming and maybe an icon, emoji or something like that. Very basic. Message that shows last day from something. Okay, so also what we talked about, basically it will tell you how much time you spend last days doing that, okay? Last days, or maybe you can change it. I just have to think about it, but I thought that is a cool idea. Like for example, if you exercise every day, you want to check it, so then you know that yesterday you did 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that's why today you are so exhausted. So then you will say, okay, I can just do an hour instead of an hour 20, or for example. Okay, then you will have all these summaries. Okay, that's why I want to keep all data, because then I want the app to show me all, like for example, what did I do like past Monday. So it will tell me right away, what is the mean in the last 15 days. So it will show me, okay, I want to know everything, and I want to be able to know everything. Okay, that's what I'm doing this basically. Then this is something that I thought later on, okay, when I was just thinking about this app, and it's the option of basically turning on and off. Okay, basically, because maybe I just want to record the first 8-10 hours of the day. Okay, so then I will schedule that, and when I will just make the app record those 10 days, or those 10 first hours of the day, from 8 to 6 o'clock in the evening, for example. Okay, so this is cool, because if you stop a task, so maybe you only want to record some part of the day, so I want you to have the option. Okay, I want you to be able to just record a fraction of the day or whatever, or maybe just from Monday to Friday, and then weekends you will not be recording, because you are going to do other things like family or visiting friends or whatever. Okay, so I think is an obvious option to have. Then what I was talking about, the global summary, but here the day summary, I think that I'm going to make it like a window, okay, like for example the now window, the daily the whatever. I want to make it a window, so that's something that you can access very quickly. Okay, that's very important when signing the database. So a summary, okay, configuration, very important. What we've talked, the time span, for example from 8 to 3 p.m. Okay, we also have to be able to configure the tags. Okay, these little beauties of here. I think it's very easy, and I think that I have a library that I can use to make the app, but we will check it during this beautiful journey. So join me and help me. So, okay, also this travel time that I'm talking about here, I should just do this. It makes more sense, but it doesn't matter right now. Okay, global summary, config. Okay, for example, okay, that travel time, because maybe during the day you're going to move to different places. Those different places will take you like X amount of time. So I think it's a good idea to what I was talking earlier on. Okay, when you check an FFC tag, you start a task. Okay, but then you should just check it again to leave, or maybe I will do it so when it stick to the phone, it's doing a certain task, and then when you take off the phone, you stop doing the task. That could be cool, but not in many places, and I will have to think about that it cannot constantly check that the tag is there. I will have to do something to just check it like every 10 seconds, which I hope it doesn't run out the battery. But you know, you get me. You know, you could just check it once and check it on the other place, and then you know that that you're changing task. Okay, so the thing is, if you check from to start and to end a task, then that time since you end the task is like travel time. Okay, and so maybe you're just moving to the kitchen. Okay, how much time can it take you? 5 seconds. Okay, you stand up, you go, you open the door, you go out, you go to the kitchen. It's not that much time, okay? But if you go to the kitchen 5 times a day, and then you go to the bathroom 3 times a day, and then you go to the bedroom 5 times a day, and then you go to the living room other 5 times, you sum all these movements, and then you get pretty much time, okay? Because when you're going somewhere, you're not just like static doing nothing. Well, it has happened to me that I go to a place and I just look to the floor confused because I don't know what I was going to do. But for logically normal people, their neurons doesn't collide and break. When you go somewhere, you are going to do something, okay? So that can take you a lot of time. So I think it's a good idea to just record travel time, okay? Just in case, or maybe you don't want to. It's just an option to record, okay? It's not something that you have to. And what we said, if you only check to enter a place, I start doing this, I start doing that, you're not able to keep the travel time. You don't know, because you're just starting things, and you know when it ends something and starts something on the same moment. So, but it's just that minimum time that it doesn't even make sense, but I like to have it. Okay, I think it's a good idea. Then, okay, see, yeah, what we talk, it's just one tag per task. Okay, this is this is important as everything, okay? You basically just start, you check, you're starting something, you finish, and that's it, okay? You did a task. Okay, this is something that I thought that I could add, but maybe in other application, okay? Until now, we talked about just checking tags to know what are you doing, okay? Now we are talking about special things, okay? Other things that are not tracking your time, okay? What it says here, basically, when you check a special tag, the app pops up a menu where you can choose what are you doing. So basically, check that tag. For example, you can have it at the front door, okay? Just check that tag, then a menu here pops up, and it says, for example, it's like a list of things that you cannot forget. So the wallet, the keys, the car keys, then your bag and whatever, your shoes, for example, or okay. So these are just non-time tags. Okay, so these are special tags. Do I want them to be in the same app? I think so, because then I don't have to have two apps running on my phone. Do I want to? I don't know, because the application will be harder to do, and it will have like many more things inside, but I would love to, so I think I'm going to do it. I hope. Okay, so special tag. Okay, also when talking about the special tags, when you tag some, for example, in the kitchen with the tag one, just will an alarm, and yeah, an alarm will be created, or the application, the watch application, the alarm application will pop up with a new alarm, so you can just tell how much time, maybe not an alarm but a stopwatch. Okay, you can set a stopwatch. For example, it will be very useful in the kitchen. You did something, you have to leave it there for an hour and a half, so you check the tag, 1 hour and a half, poof, and that's it. This may sound like absurd, okay? It's like, okay, why did you just like this fast? You open your phone, you go to the watch application in your phone if it works, because mine just crashed. Fuck. Okay, and you just go to the stopwatch and you say an hour and a half. And that's it. It took me 5 seconds or 7 seconds maybe. But I don't know, I think it's not for the time managing, but for the efficiency, but only because it's cool. I think it's cool, so I will just implement that if I can, if I know to, because I have to learn how to in some way. We're going to talk about later. Okay, when pops out checklist. Okay, that's what I was talking about, the checklist. Okay, for example. Okay, that's something that I thought, like, you are not all when you leave home, you're not going always to the same place, so you may need different things. For example, you can go just take a cup of coffee. For that you will need the wallet, the keys, and being dressed like properly, like not completely nude or whatever, naked. But if you want to go to the gym, you will have to have your training clothes, your everyday clothes. If you're going to shower, you will need your shampoo, and you will need okay, sandals, a towel. You will need your wallet, and maybe you will need special equipment for that training. Okay. So I think this is like a step forward. It's like a little bit cooler. Okay, I think it's very useful, and I need it. This I need the most, I think, because I always forget something and I hate it. I always try to remember it, but terrible. Like, no way. It's just impossible to always remember things. And so I think it's cool to just check when you always have. I always have my phone, but like with me. Okay, I'm not checking it every time, but I have it with me. So when I'm leaving home, most of times, not always because I forget, I have the phone. So just when you are going to open the door, you just check the tag. Will tell you where you're going, this place. Okay, you need this. You just check all the things. Okay, I forgot this. I forgot the punching gloves. Okay, boxing glove. Oh fuck. Then you go and take it and leave it, and that's it. You don't forget anything, and it took you almost no time. You just had to check the tag. So I think it's a good idea. I love it. This part, I love it. I think it's the coolest. Like, I don't know. I really like it. And it's so simple. I could just have a keep the application, the Google application, the keep application, okay, with all I'm showing you, okay, with this and that and other and blah blah blah. Okay, I could just have this in my phone and I could just check it every day, and it's so fast to open it, but I don't want to. I mean, I want to create something, and I think this could be a good idea. Okay, it's not because I need it. It's because I don't have other ways. It's because I want to have a cooler way, basically. So that's what I thought until now. Okay, I want to just mark that. So basically, this is all the things that I thought about. I thought about more things, but those are on the same like similar things, so I didn't point them out here. And so now what I want to do is basically I want to know if I can make if I can make a local here in my desk or whatever database, okay, because I have I'm going to show you. I have here, okay, this is a Raspberry Pi B Plus, so Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and this is just a screen, touch screen, mounted in a piece of wood, FDM wood, I think, and that's it. Just some custom made things for the screen, okay, so it doesn't fall. And so I have this, and I would love to create a local database that I can access with any app that I create later on, okay. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive here, and I've seen there are some boards that allow you to do that, to just plug the 1 terabyte and power the 1 terabyte hard drive, but this I think it's not necessary right now, because it's 1 terabyte is too many information that can be stored there as just straight text files. So that's why I bought a 128 gigabyte SD card for the Raspberry Pi that I hope that it will be able to read. I mean, you can, it's 64 bits processor, so it shouldn't be an issue. So what I want to do is create a database with DockerDB that I know that I can create with in the Raspberry Pi, and I want to use it to store all the data. Okay, but, and I will talk about this in a moment. I want to talk about this in a moment. I want to store all the data from all the apps that I create or that I want to use or whatever that I create basically. Or yeah. And I know that I can make a database right now, so then I know what I need to know is how to create the NFC tag application, and then how to communicate the application with the database. If I know how to do everything, perfect, I can use it, but we'll check, okay? So, why did I say but? Because I don't remember right now. Fuck, I should have a notebook and write all the things that I think about, and so I don't forget. It should be a beautiful idea. As I have here notebooks, okay, I have 2 of them for ideas, for sketching. I should have another one just for point out things like, hey, talk about this later. So that's what I want to do, okay? Just create a Raspberry Pi server database. Just that. I know it's possible because DockerDB, Mongo or Docker, I know that it will show. I followed the tutorial and it works, and it really works. It runs on Ubuntu, I think, but the Ubuntu server, okay, 64-bit, and it should totally work. But I really have to know how to connect it to the Wi-Fi and all these things. Learn how to communicate my app with the server. Okay, that's what I have to learn. That is very important. What I was talking about, why I say but. All the information is going to be stored inside the database, inside the Raspberry Pi. But the phone, okay, it will be, I'm going to rephrase myself, okay, it will be all the data stored in the Raspberry Pi, so it is not stored in the phone. But I really want to make it so you can access like for example the weekly data very fast. So that weekly data will have to be duplicated in the phone, okay, so you can access very quickly. Why is that important for me? Because I don't want to waste time like accessing the weekly data, which is something that you could check it very many times during the day. Okay, so you want to check it fast. You don't want to be waiting for the app to connect with the server and take all the information and show you, and then okay, and now I have the info. Because for example, when you open Notion on my phone, that is a like $150 phone. Okay, it's not great, but when you open Notion, it takes a long time because connecting and doing its things. Okay, it's not a Notion's issue, but I don't want to have that issue with my phone. Okay, I want to store data locally, so you can open the app and access everything fast. I also don't want to make it overkill, so the phone like basically gets destroyed by opening the application. Excuse me. Okay, and so these are the futures, let's say, okay? These are the things that I want to implement, that I want to add to the application. What I said, I was thinking about just making two separate applications, one for only the time managing and other for the just tasks in general, but I think I will just join them and make it just as one. I think it's the best idea. So right now, as I visual design, okay, I've divided this in these different steps that I think more or less I have to make. Okay, let me just, that's it. Okay, so first the main screen, it will show you what are you doing now, for example, like cooking, and it will show you maybe an icon, and it will show you last day you spent 2 hours 15 minutes cooking, and then down you will only have like the different tabs. Maybe I have down here on this side, I want to access them very quickly. Okay, I don't want, and also I don't want it to have many windows. Okay, I want you just be like 3 or 4 that are easy to access, and that's it. Then the summaries. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to join them in a just one tab in one window, or if I want to maybe do 2 as I'm showing here, like a day summary and then global data screen, or a weekly summary which allows you to change from 1 day to 2 days, or from this day to this other day. Okay, and the global data. In fact, I will change it for weekly, because I think check things weekly is something good. Okay, you don't have to check every day, every hour, like what I'm doing, what I'm spending the time on, because then you are wasting time there. But weekly, like just sit, just for example, Saturday morning, that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have your free day, and then just sit. You take your cup of coffee, then you check. So how much time did I spend? Okay, that's it. Okay, I spent this much time. I didn't do this, that. Okay, whatever. So you have the tab to check. Weekly, I think is a good idea. You can check it every 2 weeks, every more, but weekly I think is a good rule of thumb, let's say. So I think I will have 1 tab or 2 tabs for the weekly and global. And then the configuration screen, that's very important. The cat. And so that's it. And the configuration screen, really needed for to configure the tasks and the pop-up screens, and then that's it basically. And 1 or 2 more key features, but you know what it's for. It's a configuration. What are you going to configure? And that also will be just a separate tab, very easy to access, very simple as possible. I don't want to be too confusing with many things. I want to be clear, easy, like maybe it was you can choose the background color by having a white and light and dark screen, everything. I want it to be very simple. I would love to add many colors, but it will be distracting, and that's not what I want from the application. Okay, then I will have to do the testings when it's dark. Okay, I have here the library, and I have to also learn how to use Xamarin Forms, because I know how to use Visual Studio Forms and program with C#. Okay, more or less I have the idea. I'm not an expert by any means of imagination, but I don't know. I've never created a Xamarin Forms app, so it will be interesting. It will be cool to learn. Maybe we'll have to have a video somewhere with someone showing how to start using Xamarin, because I also want to interact with our applications from the phone, so that will be tougher. That will be something that I have to really check how to do. Okay, and then the NFC tag library that I found on GitHub, okay, that I also have to learn how to use and then check if I can use it, because I don't know. I have to check, because I don't know if it's meant to be used with these NFC tag readers, or if I can use it with my phone and the integrated NFC tag reader. I don't know. So I have to learn and check it, and if not, come up with a different solution, basically. And I think this okay, just let me move this. Okay. It was server. It's not properly great. Okay. So then, after having the application, more or less during the creation of the app, because it will be necessary, because I will have to start talking with the database, create programming to talk with the database. So I will be more at the beginning. I don't have to create the database, but I will be later on have to, definitely. Okay, so I have to create to model my database. Okay, I will now that I know everything that I want to know, I just have to model it to have a general global idea of how to make it. Then I will have to learn how to use it in Xamarin, how to create that communication in Xamarin, and then I have to learn and create how the database on my Raspberry Pi. That will be completely necessary. And I think that's it, basically, for the database. And then what I want to do is, I mean, it's absurd to just have your NFC tag on the table. You just have it there dropped, maybe with a little glue so it doesn't move. I mean, it could be cool, but it's absurd, okay? That's why I want to create these holders, okay? Because maybe you want to have your phone standing with a tag behind it when you are doing something, for example, cooking, because then you have the timer, or you have a video or whatever. So I want to create all different kinds of holders for the NFC tags and for the various many places that you can have one of these. Okay, for example, you can have one holding here, holding on the, I don't know how to call it, the knob of the door. Okay, you can have it one there, so I have to create something that just holds and hangs from that. I want to do something for the table, so it is like completely flat, or I want to make something for the phone, so it stands like a certain angle degree, or okay. So I have to create many kinds of holders that will be doing with Fusion 360. This is definitely going to be like literally almost the last thing. Okay, I think I'm not going to start it until I have a app that works and then does the things that I want to do and that communicates with the database. Okay, this is like an add-on. This is not something, as everybody says, mandatory. People love that word, mandatory. Oh, it's mandatory. It's very mandatory. Oh my god, this email is mandatory. Okay, I really want to do this part also, but it's not mandatory. it's not important at all. It's just an add-on, something that you create that's cool, because you don't want to have all the NFC tags laying around, like free to move and to lose. You want to have it in a specific place. For example, I would love to have the phone right here on my right side, where it doesn't, where I cannot, I could not watch the phone working. Like if for messages, I can focus. I have my phone out of sight. Okay, so I want to create that, basically, and that's it. Okay, I think for today. Oh, okay, I think so for today. 45 minutes, perfect, almost, like not from video. So these are all the things that I've been thinking about, and I'm just looking forward to do it. I really want to create this. That's why I making myself wake up early and just do this 45 minutes. It's not that much time, but it's enough so I can start building something. And it's just 45 minutes today and 45 minutes tomorrow, and then if you do this 100 times a year, you are making so much progress. And I really want to do this. I really. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you maybe tomorrow or not. Let's see. No, I think maybe not tomorrow. This weekend I won't, but Monday, yes. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I'm looking forward to see you the next streaming. Bye bye.